What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about Taraxa. It's Terra is the ticker name, but it's Taraxa. This one comes to us at the request of Frelton Alves. Frelton, thank you, man. This is a good chart. It really is. I've been looking at it for a second now, and I want to before we really get into it, I want to point out the overall structure we have here. You can see that we were moving down, nice downtrend, right? This whole little like channel down there. And then after moving down, we had this kind of accumulation zone where we moved sideways. Okay, volume started to, and if I can get rid of these pesky little buttons over here, volume started to increase in this accumulation zone. Not only that, you had a bottom here, you had a double bottom here, you literally had a triple bottom, which is rare that you see a successful triple bottom. To a certain degree, it is like a double bottom because you had a bottoming zone here and a bottoming zone here. On another note, to make things more bullish, this is like an Adam and an Eve, but it's reversed. It's like your Eve and your Adam. Okay, you can see the Eve, you can see the Adam, and that in itself is a double bottoming pattern as well. And yes, it can be a triple bottom, whatever, but you can see very plainly that, I mean, that's a bullish reversal pattern. Not only that, talking about bullish things, you have a flagpole and are potentially flagging out right now. This is a very flamboyant looking flag. Gotta love flags, man. What just happened? Let's see. Anyways, volume increasing as we're moving up. If you look at the daily here, you can see the two biggest days that we had were the highest volume days, I think, in this chart's history. Actually, not in this chart's history, but still very, very high volume days and volumes increasing. I would expect that we are soon going to break out of this flag into the upside. The thing about flags is they are inherent. A bullish flag, obviously, you have a pole that goes up, your flag of pattern kind of goes down, or your flag of price, I'm sorry, not of pattern, goes down, and this is your pole, this is your flag itself, and then ideally you would break up. But that only happens about 60 to 65% of the time, something like that. If that's still a large percentage chance that we could break to the downside. If you're banking on a bullish flag to always break upwards, that you might find yourself sad some of the time. Most of the time you're going to be right, but sometimes you're going to be wrong. But what is very nice about bull flags is that when they do break, they oftentimes hit their target I would say very, very well. Like it's very common for them to see their target, and in fact even break through their target, at least in crypto in my experience. So how you'd measure this is you would take your flag. Some people would measure all the way from the bottom. I want to be fair. I don't feel like that's your flagpole. I feel like this is your flagpole. So I'm measuring from the flagpole here, put it to your bounce, like the low that's bouncing you out of this here. Some people would put it at the break of the flag itself right here. I like to be conservative. I'd rather be pleasantly surprised than inconveniently disappointed. So somewhere around there, that would give us an overall from low to high a 1,235% increase in price. From the current price, that'd be something like almost, what, 970? No way. 971, is that what it is? I must have had this wrong. Hold on, let me see. Because I did this earlier and I swear it was 800 and something. Let me just get a closer look, scope in, maybe get this exact on the dot here. Right there. Okay. So from there, bring it up to the current price. That's 963% to the upside. That's insane. That really is insane. I want to make sure that I did this right because I measured from here. Yeah, that's right. 1,236. 1,235. Yeah, right there. Okay. So, anyways, that would put we're at about $0.0063 right now. That would take us to a price of about 7 cents. Okay, and it doesn't stop there because this thing, you guys, even if it was fully diluted, it would have a $65 million market cap. It's not that diluted at all, and I don't normally like to see stuff like that, but I've seen plenty of things that are not diluted and they do well, man. At one point, most Bitcoins were not in circulation, and look at how well Bitcoin's doing. So like sometimes things just take time to evolve. I don't know really anything about this coin, about the protocol behind it. I just know that it's a very good-looking chart. There seems to be interest on it on KuCoin, which I believe is the 5th largest exchange in crypto. KuCoin. It is a small exchange as far as like volume goes, but it's bigger than most exchanges. Crypto itself is small, but anyways. what's really cool about this is that it's still in the early phases of this coin. You know, very low market cap for one, but if you're looking at it, Terra USD, you can see that it's not on any big exchanges. KuCoin is the biggest exchange that it's on. It's not on Kraken. It's not on Coinbase. It's not on Binance. It's not available on Robinhood. It's not available on I don't know if there's any other, Gemini, you know. And something like this, if it gains traction, that leaves room for those exchanges to want to scoop some up. They'll have to scoop it up before they release it to their clients. And that's where you see a lot of cryptos have massive bull runs, man, or massive price increases whenever it's pre-exchange listing. Okay, after it gets listed on Binance, we've seen it dumps. After it gets listed on Coinbase, it dumps. Take Dogecoin, for example. But beforehand, that's where you can pump it. And the reason why it dumps is because, think about it, right? You have these big institutions, these big crypto exchanges. They need to buy a lot of this coin to have it in their reserves for the people like you and me that want to buy it. And then whenever they're done buying it, because they have enough to fill their reserves, they're done buying it, they're selling it to people like you and me who are buying it. They're the ones that are dumping it on us. So beforehand, if you can catch it before they dump it on you, you can really see some significant price increases, man. And I personally want to get in this thing very bad, man, because this, I really don't think that this is even the stopping point for this thing. I think that it goes much higher. It has a chance to go all the way up to 80 cents, and here we are at 0.006 cents right now. That would be an over 100x. From the top here all the way to the bottom, all the way to the all-time low. You can see we're finding a little bit of resistance on the sweet spot. You are holding this 123 purple line very well. As far as weeks go, you've just hit that 123 area, 123 moving average right there for the last like month and a half now. And you are finding support on it, which is nice to see. I would think that you would go at least to your 1272, if not all the way up to your 1618. And you know, I do think that you're finding significance on this fib scale. So that really does make me think that you're going to see these extensions over time, somewhere, you know, throughout the bull market, potentially even further than that. Because again, this market cap, even fully diluted, is only $65 million. So a move, I say only 65. I'm sure everybody would love to have $65 million. It's not the same thing, but like a market cap doesn't mean that there's actually $65 million in this thing. But I digress. What I'm trying to say is that would make it a 127, almost a 128x from here. So from the current valuation with the current circulating supply, a 100x would be $2 billion, right? Right? Yeah, 2.2 billion. Okay, let's call it 2.3 billion. A 1000x would be 23 billion. Is a $23 billion market cap achievable in crypto? Absolutely it is. So this is a 1000xable coin, you guys. Even if it was fully diluted, that would be $65 billion. That's a high market cap to achieve. And most coins that are this low in rank, they don't see that kind of growth, at least in one cycle. They can. It has happened before. Dogecoin, if you guys remember, literally went from prices that were lower than this last cycle, and it went all the way up to 73 cents. So this is not out of the question at all. And by the way, the market cap that it would achieve if it went all the way up to 80 cents would be inferior to Dogecoins. It would be a lot less. It would be a whole lot less. You know, 100 million would be, or 100x would be 2.2 billion. So 120x, that wouldn't even break 3 billion. You know what I mean? That's insane. So could this thing do a multi-100x? Absolutely. Could it do 1000x? It's possible. A 1000x for this thing would take us all the way up to about $6.26, somewhere in that area, because it's at 0.00626 right now. And that would be very high. I don't know if I would expect that, but a 100x to a multi-100x, I think, is totally possible in this bull market, man. Very, very bullish looking chart. Good recommendation. I don't want to go on to it too much, but looking at the daily, you can see it. First off, look at just how overbought you were, man. It's ridiculous. Very strong. Overall, hidden bullish divergence throughout this whole range. You look like you're in a bull flag and you want to break out. I think that as soon as you do break out of this, you're probably going to move up just as fast as this, if not a little bit slower, but more or less pretty quickly up to, what would that be again? What would that be? Prices that are around 6.7 to 7 cents, somewhere in that area. Like a 10x from here, like literally a 10x from here, in a very short amount of time. What else we got here? Looking at the 4 hour, bullish looking 4 hour as well, man. Let's see. volume is declining as you're going up, which is not encouraging, but you have time. You have time, man. It really doesn't matter that much. It does matter a little bit, but look at this. You're above your 50. You are below your purple line. You're hugging it. You came up, you rejected it here, but now you're hugging it. I would think that you're going to break through it. You've been flirting with this area for a while. This does, to me, look like kind of bottoming behavior in itself of this overall range. It kind of this kind of right here, actually. Just take a mental note right now. Okay, look at this. Look at this. You've got your like small move down here, move up, and then big move down, and then your range of moving sideways right here. Okay. Now let's look at this thing on a weekly. You've got your small move down, your move up here, and then you move down big, and then you have your range of moving sideways. Like it literally looks like a fractal. I don't like fractals. I really don't believe in them. In fact, the fact that it looks like a fractal to me is not encouraging. Generally, fractals I feel like behave opposite of their initial look, but this does look good, man. It really does look good. Anyways, I don't really have too much more I want to say to this because I feel like I can nerd out on this all day long, just saying how good it does look. I do think that by the end of this bull market, it will achieve from the current price a 100 to a multi-100x with the potential to even be a 1000x. I'm going to throw this on the moonshot on Discord actually because I think that it deserves to be there. All in all, I like this coin. Good job, Felton. Thank you for pointing this out. I think we are all wealthier because of this. So if you guys like the video, leave a thumbs up. Subscribe to see more. I'm going to go buy myself some Taraxa, I think is what it is. Anyways, take care. Bye-bye.